Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Wednesday workout. I'm just gonna dive right into it. Jog 400. If the weather is inclement starting up, I wanna think about intervals of 200 at 1 minute, 400 at 2 minutes, 600 at 3 minutes, 800 at 4 minutes. Those are the approximate times that I use when I calculate our how long a workout's gonna take or how long to work in a warm-up. Those are median efforts. When I say median, I mean like if you took a statistical analysis of how long it takes everybody, there's gonna be people outlying on either end of it, and the majority will be right there in the middle, and that is okay if you take a little bit longer or you go a little bit faster, but that's my intent. 400 meters or 2 minutes warm-up pace cardio, come back in 2 rounds through dynamic squat stretch. So I want you to do one squat that takes 20 seconds, right, in the back squat position. So I might go down a little bit slow, stretch into that bottom position, rock to the left, rock to the right, squeeze in, work my knees inward, outward, maybe do a couple duck walks, and then come back up, right? And then do that one more time, but get extra low in that squat stretch, exceed your normal range of motion in that squat stretch. And sometimes it can help to have a weight in front of you to get down on that first one. If you feel fine with the back squat position, that's fine too though, okay? All right, 10 reps of a band and hamstring curl. So I've got my band attached around the rig. This is like black magic getting into the band, but all you gotta do is walk away from the band a little bit, plant the opposite hand, and then the first thing that goes in between the bands is my heel. And then my toe sneaks to the outside. And then I'll do the other one, heel, toe. And then I'm in, all right? Now I'm using a lot of tension on the band to really get the hamstrings warmed up. I'm trying to pull my heels all the way to my butt and then feet back to the ground, okay? When I'm done, sneak out, okay? What's that, left? Spider-Man stretch with a twist and then some slam ball deadlifts. So Spider-Man stretch. Lay that back leg all the way down, try to paint your shoelaces to the floor, elbow to the ground, and then twist up to the sky so we get a little T-spine engagement there. And then lastly, slam ball deadlifts. I like to go extra nice and low on these, kind of loosen up from the deadlifts and the rowing in the last couple days. Almost like a Jefferson curl, right? Relax at the bottom, don't rush through these, let the ball kind of pull you into traction there. And then we keep the slam ball out because we'll need it for the workout. All right, now we're going into our squat sets. We are relatively heavy on squats, going down to 2. I've left a percentage off the final set of 2 to enable you to just fill that in, right? So I would like to see 2 reps at 95%. If you can go heavier on the last 2, then go for it, right? This would be the part of the program where we're in the building phase, in the first and second 6-week progressions through our strength work, where if you can go for more reps, go for more reps, a little bit more flexibility on the weight and the percentages. Don't want to go to failure right now, but I want you to test out the upper limits of your percentage potential, right? And this is the 6th week of the cycle, of the first cycle, okay? So we started off with a deload week, then we went through volume, then we went through medium strength, a couple weeks of like 5s and 8s, and now we're down to the lowest volume. So in the later sequences, we'll go down to 1 rep. Right now, we're just going down to 2 reps, okay? Your superset for today is a front foot elevated split squat. You could use a plate, you could use a bench, whatever you want to use for this, but try to drive that knee as far forward of the toe as possible while keeping that front foot flat. And think about this more as a horizontal movement, right, where I'm going back and forth, as opposed to up and down like a lunge, right, or a squat. And then 5 explosives. Did I mess that up? I did. I'm sorry. It's not front foot elevated split squats. I have that on another day. It is seated box jump to straight leg landing. Should I redo this or just leave it in there? I think I'm just gonna leave it in there. All right, seated box jump with the straight leg landing. So this is our contrast training here. So I'm gonna sit down, rock back, and then smack my feet into the floor, and that's gonna be my initiation of my jump upward, and I'm gonna try to land with my knees mostly straight. Okay, so the point there is that I'm actually trying to move my body that high, as opposed to just getting off the ground and then pulling my knees up quickly, right? So if I jump slower and I land like this, I didn't push my body up away from the ground as high as I should have, or as I could have, right? And so what we're really trying to get is force and power put into the ground in order to make you move away from the ground, as opposed to just how fast can you pull your knee up and get up on top of an object, all right? Both of those are valuable. This is just what we're going for today. All right, last one is explosive med ball chest throw. So now I would say like 8 to 15 or 6 to 15 pounds is fine for this. And you can go to the wall, take your athletic stance, and we're just like drive at the wall as hard as you can, okay? So just think of this as like the same amount of force as I would use for clapping push-up, a plyo push-up, or explosive bench press. The same type of thing, and facing at the camera. I'm not gonna throw the ball, but just drive straight ahead as fast as you can, staying in the athletic position the whole time, and then you can just reach down and catch the ball. I would not use the really bouncy balls because they will come right back at you, right? So use the dead drop balls when you do this one. And again, keep the weight light on this so that you can move your hands and the ball really fast. You don't want to do this with like a 20, 30, 40 pound slam ball, okay? And that is our superset for today. That's a contrast training method where we're doing relatively slower, heavier lifts compounded with faster explosive movements, such as that seated box jump and the explosive chest pass, right? Ask me if you have any question about why we do it. It is all about motor unit recruitment. All right, next we're gonna do interval workout, 4 sets, 3 minutes, and it's going to be a combination of a 45-second bike sprint for calories, a 15-second switch, and then a super fast 1-minute AMRAP where we do 4 slam balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, drop the slam ball, 4 jumping lunges, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right back to the slam ball, right? And that was 1 round. Go through that for a minute, as many cycles through that as you can, and we're counting total reps of calories plus reps of that little mini AMRAP, and then you get a minute rest, and then we're repeating the whole thing 4 times through. That's it for today. If you want to do your front foot elevated split squats, by all means, go for it. I'm sure they'll be up here later in the week. Have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.